G'day guys, welcome to another Hang Loose Recluse production. I've just caught wind of some new news that's coming out of Australia, and it says here, new law puts popular tradie utes, American trucks, under threat. New engine emission rules have been quietly introduced and could spell the end for Australia's most popular utes, SUVs, four-wheel drives as we know them. Australia is set to overhaul its automotive landscape, potentially bidding farewell to the era of top-selling cars such as the Toyota Hilux Ute, beloved SUVs, and colossal American pickup trucks. The catalyst for this transformation comes from new laws announced by the federal government, which mandate stringent emission standards for petrol and diesel-powered vehicles. These regulations, aligned with Euro 6D standards, are scheduled to be enforced starting in 2025, accompanied by upgrades to the quality of locally sold petrol. The overarching goal is to bring Australia in line with emission standards already embraced by Europe. This legislative shift puts numerous popular models ranging from passenger cars and SUVs to utes and vans at risk of extinction from Australian showrooms unless they can comply with the demanding Euro 6D standards. The current emissions standard in Australia, lingering since 2009, failed to meet those adopted in Europe a decade ago, and Australia's petrol quality stands as one of the dirtiest among the developed nations. The Euro 6D standards, implemented in Europe in 2021, set a benchmark that rivals or surpasses emission protocols enforced in other developed markets. The Australian adoption of these stringent rules is slated to impact new cars, SUVs, and light commercial vehicles entering the market from December 2025. But these standards will apply universally to all models regardless of their launch date from 2028. While the new regulations will undoubtedly push automakers to introduce cleaner vehicles to the Australian market, they are separate from a potentially more rigorous fuel efficiency standard under consideration by the federal government. Industry stakeholders, including automakers and lobby groups, were given a chance earlier this year to provide input on this standards form. Proponents of electric vehicles contend that such a mandate would incentivize car manufacturers to introduce more zero-emission vehicles, lowering the overall emissions average. Conversely, opponents argue that this might leave consumers who rely on heavy-duty utes and four-wheel drives without viable alternatives, especially if they are not ready or able to transition to electric vehicles. Alarmingly, over half of new petrol and diesel-powered vehicles available in Australia are currently certified only to minimum emission standard Euro 5. This includes popular models like the Toyota Corolla Hybrid and leading utes such as the Toyota Hilux, Ford Ranger, and Isuzu D-Max. Even iconic four-wheel drives like the Toyota Landcruiser 300 Series Jeep Wrangler fall within this category. The Australian car industry's failure to meet voluntary emissions targets over the past 3 years has compounded concerns. This voluntary framework, less strict than overseas mandates, has worsened emissions performance, particularly with the surge in sales of utes, four-wheel drives, and American pickups. The stringent guidelines dictate that cars must emit less than 162 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometre to pass. Vehicles sold recently, including the immensely popular Toyota Hilux, would now fail to meet these updated emissions rules. Australia's top-selling car in 2023 emits 210 grams per kilometre, while the Ford Ranger, another bestseller, emits 202 grams of CO2 per kilometre. Fortunately, manufacturers are adapting to the new regulations, with Toyota introducing a hybrid Hilux in the coming year and Ford planning to sell a plug-in hybrid version of the Ranger from 2025. The impact of Euro 6D standards extends to several SUVs, including the Mitsubishi ASX and Hyundai Tucson, as well as the MG ZS. Even the future of beloved Toyota Landcruiser hangs in the balance without a hybrid version, emitting 253 grams of carbon per kilometre. Dirty fucking things. Enough of the swear words, Hang Loose Goose. Thank you. Hybrid cars like the Toyota RAV4, emitting 111 grams per kilometre, are poised to pass the new standards, offering a glimpse into the future of cleaner mobility. Some hatchbacks, including a late model Hyundai i30, may face challenges, emitting 172 grams per kilometre. The federal government's recent announcement aligns with ongoing efforts to reduce emissions from new motor vehicles, a priority since the government's election last year. Alongside the emission standards, plans include mandating fewer aromatic hydrocarbons in 95-octane premium unleaded fuel. The sulfur content in all types of petrol is also set to decrease, with low sulfur petrol delayed until December 2025 to facilitate a smoother transition to fuel suppliers and customers. The government estimates that the combined impact of new emission standards and changes to fuel quality will yield savings of $6.1 billion in health and fuel costs by 2040. These measures aim to protect Australians from the adverse effects of harmful exhaust pollutants. It's been going on for how long, and they just suddenly want to care about your health, guys. It's all about your health, guys. Is it all about your health, or is it all about controlling you guys? Wake up to your fucking selves.
Take it easy.
Fuck's sake. Everybody out there, I'm not even going to read any more of this shit.
Hey, Loose
This
Goose,
is
take
all
it
about
easy.
Control. You people in your big Hiluxes and your big Land Cruisers, you are about to be controlled by the government.
Take it easy.
You know what? Judging by the Australian demographic on how you were controlled in recent years, you will all definitely bend over and take it up the arse.
Goose, take it
That's
easy.
right. This has been another Hang Loose Recluse production. Yes, let
The
your
community
government
guidelines
dictate
standards
to
of
you
YouTube
because
will have
you
you under
will,
control
because you are
in no
weak
time if you keep speaking
Australians.
like that.
Thank you.
Take it
It's
easy.
been another Hang Loose Recluse production. Thank you.